Hello once again and welcome back everybody to our Let's Play of Don't Starve. We are on day 5 right now. It's about to roll over, and where we were at, we were attempting to go ahead and we had just gotten some early farming plots done. I'm not going to focus on that for probably for this episode. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to start digging up some grass and start digging up some general things that I can plant around. So we definitely want to get a farming solution started. I'll probably also go to work in the near future moving those pigmen. I know of a few methods by which we can migrate and force some pigmen. Hey, get away from those seeds, bird. Move. Those are mine. All right. So now I'm going to dig up some of these plants here and get some of this grass a little closer to my home base so that I just have grass at hand. And thank you, bird, for pooping and giving me seeds. And I'm just going to continue digging this stuff up. We do need more grass. Grass is generally useful in the production of just about everything. And we're right next to the beefaloes, which is going to be good for the future because I want a beefalo hat. And you can shave beefaloes, guys. I don't know if you knew about that, but you can shave beefaloes while they sleep. And it's not the nicest thing to do. Like, it's kind of a dick move, but it is hilarious, and you can make hats from them. So now what I think I'm going to do is let's look at the survival menu here. It looks like I can make a couple traps, so that is definitely what I'm going to do. I'm going to get some traps set out around my house here. And we're going to put some traps next to all these little holes. And once we get those traps in place, we can come back later and get some food. And there we are. So we have traps in place now. So hopefully, what is going on over here? The bunnies are eating the berry. They're eating the berries. Hold on, let's see. Bunny murder! It worked! That was amazing. I totally did not expect that to work. That was fantastic. Hold on, come here, rotten berries. I didn't know you were useful for things. There we go. Now I'm going to bait my trap with it. And hopefully somebody will come by and I can eat him. Because that really is the goal. So I'm going to continue digging up these grass plants. There we are, because you can never get enough grass. And then taking a look at my map here. There is a lot of grass around us. I'm kind of deciding, I'm going to go back up to this island and let's start gathering up some berry bushes. This is going to be kind of a hardcore Let's Play. I've made the decision that we're going to play this one until I die. So we're going to see how long we can drag this one out. If it starts going really long, in fact, if it just starts being kind of an endless series, I may start doing kind of every couple day updates like I do with towns. But for now, the game seems to be going smoothly. So let's find our land bridge here. And I am an idiot. I'm going south when the land bridge is north. So let's go upwards. Upwards and onwards, my friends. And so hopefully the bird will poop out some seeds. Nope, he was not kind. You can use your shovel to dig these holes right here, and it actually makes them go away, and it digs up the rabbit too. Unfortunately, it doesn't help you catch the rabbit, but it does dig up the rabbit, and you can hit him with a sleep dart or whatever else you want to do in order to catch him. I wouldn't really waste a sleep dart on a rabbit. That kind of seems like a bit much to me, but some people, I don't know, maybe you got like an extra bag full of sleep darts. You're just sleep dart completely proficient. Maybe you want to use some sleep darts on some bunnies. I don't know. So now, I'm going to find some of these bushes. I'm going to dig these as well, because we want to relocate as many of these as possible near to my base. So that's going to be our goal for the moment. We are out of twigs. And actually, yeah, I should probably dig up some twigs as well. That's probably a good idea to dig up some twig bushes. So actually, on this run, we're just going to try and get everything that we can out of this. This is going to be kind of a merry shoveling adventure. Shovel with me. Shovel. So now, that's going to break our shovel there, I think. Oh, never mind. Our shovel is still suspiciously intact. There it goes. Now it has broken. So we're going to make another one. And we're going to continue digging up these saplings. And just generally getting all the things that we want to put all around our base so that we don't really have to run around gathering. This is really, I'd like to keep all the gathering to a minimum. So I've decided to capture this on camera, but if this turns into a multiple episode type thing to where this takes like 15-20 minutes for me just to get all these random things picked up, I will skip a day or two, I think, and just get the whole base set up and then kind of come back and do a recap and show you guys what I did. But for now, we're out on a wonderful shoveling adventure. I don't know. I'm having fun. I don't know if you guys are having fun. I'm having a blast just shoveling grass. Now, this is beginning to reflect on daily life too much, like cutting grass. Like, hooray, the grass is too tall. I'm mowing. I'm doing the video game equivalent of what I do in the front yard, and what I bitch about doing in the front yard, actually. as a matter of a fact. Now, I'm not seeing too many berry bushes. Actually, the berry bushes are surprisingly lacking in this area. I do kind of wish that we had many, many more berry bushes, but we shall make do with what we have. It could be partially due to the fact that I keep digging them up, but all in all, we have plenty of wood, so I'm just going to make a campfire whenever the need arises here. Looking at my map, I don't think I want to spend the evening next to that giant spider city. That's probably not the best place to spend my night. But there we are. Actually, I'm going to tempt fate because we need silk. So let's go up here. Let's see what happens if we camp near the spider city. Maybe we'll have a giant spider battle. A spider Donnybrook. A spider scrum. Now, I don't know if I'll make it across this land bridge in time. I've got like 30 seconds left before nightfall. Oh, those spiders are looking a little invasive. I'm going to be honest. So let's build a campfire here. I do know that Willow's special ability is that she makes fires. I am aware of this. It's just that it's kind of really dark. I'm going to beat this spider to death with a shovel. Yeah, spider. How you like that? Oh, no. Alright, so we have problems. There we go. Now we have an axe. On guard, spider. On guard. I bite my thumb at thee. There we are. So we got some silk now. We do not have the space for said silk. But then again, I don't really think we're going to need like 100 piles of saplings either. Ooh, and the selectivity of the click is being a little difficult. I couldn't get to the spider there, but we did actually a pretty decent job of taking care of spiders here. Usually, oh my god, they're everywhere. You can see their beady white eyes in the darkness. What's it gonna be, spider? What's it gonna be? You're getting rolled out on, spiders. I don't know what you think your plan is, but you are getting rolled out on. Like, step your game up, spider. Why are you hiding in the darkness? Trying to get the Gru to fight his battles for him. He's like, hey, come fight me out in the darkness. I'm like, nah, man, I ain't gonna do that. Come meet me next to the fire. It's nice and warm. Now, what else do I have here? Oh, I have some food that I can cook. Let's cook up that meat because I am looking a tad peckish. So I'm going to go ahead and eat those morsels. And now that the food rots, I think that was actually probably a pretty smart gameplay decision. The food rotting makes this whole situation a bit less tenable. It used to be really easy to kind of sit on your laurels and kind of just have a huge pile of food and not even worry about it. But now you actually have to kind of do a decent amount of planning. You kind of have to worry. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a sprint for this pasture biome over here. Actually, that's not a pasture biome. That's a forest biome. So I'm probably going to run back across here, back up this bridge to the original pasture that we started at in an attempt to get some food because our food situation is dire at the moment. It's not amazing. Our food situation is not where I would like. Oh, God, there's a fire. I don't think it matters, though. I don't think fire hurts her. Yeah, she can just stand it. Look at that. What a crazy chick. So, we have a little bit of extra inventory space. So, yeah, I think that's probably our best plan. Is I'm going to go gather some more sticks, gather some more grass, and we're going to make a run for that pasture biome and see what we can gather, see what bushes we can dig up, because I would like to at least get 10 bushes planted in between this episode and the next one, if at all possible. And there goes. God, there are so many. I sense a battle in the future. Now, I am aware that you can have a kind of a pet baby bird, and I would love to have a pet baby bird. I'm going to focus on that probably in the next episode because I need companionship. I'm getting kind of lonely out here, and stay away from me, tall bird. You and your giant creepy eye. Alright, so our land bridge is straight to the west. We're going to head for that. Maybe we'll see a berry bush or two in between here, but we really do need to get back to a pasture biome to see if we can get some more bushes dug up, because these berry bushes are really going to be our primary sustenance until we can really get things going. Our farms, now we do have turbo farm plots, and they are reusable. They last a while. I think you get like 25, 30 uses out of them. However, they do take a couple days to get going. I think they take a day and a half. I think with the turbos, I think a day and a half is how long it takes them to actually fully flower and come up with actual crops. So I need to get back there. I mean, they should be probably blooming around the middle of day 6 somewhere. I'm not going to be back to farm them. I'm kind of out on an adventure right now, getting berry bushes, just digging around the bush, which I guess there could be worse things. Now, I apologize. This this bridge is just ridiculously long. All right, here we are. Here we are. We're back in here, and I already had an axe. I don't know why I crafted a second one, but I will make another shovel since we broke our other shovel over the heads of our spider foes. Now we're going to dig up as many of these as possible and relocate them back to where we are camped. I was a little disappointed with the berry bush selection on the island that we were already on. Now, berry bushes are kind of the only ones that I'm semi-tempted to have a bunch of stacks of, because I'm not really sure how many berry bushes. I know the berry bushes take a little while to grow. Like, I think they have like multiple phases, and then they also take like, I think 4 to 5 days is probably my best guess for how long it takes those to grow. Now, I don't see too many. There's a carrot. Let's grab that carrot while we're here. If anything, we will not be vitamin B deficient. No, sir. We will have the keen eyesight of an eagle while we starve to death. Now, berry bushes, you are just disappointing me. Where are you? There's one up here. Let's go grab you. And we should be able to subsist on some of the leftovers of all these bushes. They do, luckily, that is another feature that I like, is luckily the berry bushes do drop whatever berries are on them whenever we dig them. And it looks like we got another berry bush over here. I'm just kind of using my map as a reference point at the moment to figure out where these berry bushes are so I don't end up running in circles. It looks like we've got a bunch of berry bushes up to the north, so I'll probably run up there, handle those berry bushes, and then that'll probably, I don't think I'll have enough time to get back down to the south. I don't know. I'm not going to cut it close. I'm not going to take chances. Travel time can generally be a hindrance, but we're not going to cry about it. Now, I do know at this point not to stockpile too much food. That is something that I know at this point. I was unaware that they had added a food spoiling system, so that's just the perfect example of things always being added to the game and kind of always changing. Now, I'm going to eat those carrots, I think, so that I can have another stack of berry bushes, because I'd like to get as many berry bushes as possible before I head back here. And I'm going to use the end of day 6, I think, kind of as my limit for where I want to be in terms of berry farming. And there we are. So 13, I don't think we'll need too many more than 13 berry bushes. We need more than 13 berry bushes. It would be pretty incredible. I would be ridiculously surprised if we need more berries than that. However, I could surprise myself. I don't know. So let's see. You've got a carrot here. I'm just going to eat it on the run. What are you doing? Eat the carrot. There we go. Eat your carrots. Now there's a bumblebee there. I may come back and start like a little bee farm for the future as well. I don't think it's going to be in my best interest to ignore any berry bushes I see as I run by, though, because I am on my way back out of this biome as quickly as possible. But if I do see berry bushes, I am going to stop and dig them on the way. I don't think we should leave no bush left behind. Now, that leaves us in an interesting spot for our we kind of got a lot more done this episode than I expected us to. We've got plenty of berry bushes. We've got plenty of grass. We do need more saplings, and I keep running by them like a dolt. I should probably grab some saplings. What I'll do... Yeah, let's do that. Let's run back and grab some saplings. I really loathe to leave them behind. I don't think that's going to be a wise decision. So we're going to grab at least some twigs, because we are going to need handles and things for our tools. We may need to build more traps in the future. I would like to get some bird traps going so that we can get some bird cages. The bird cages are going to give us an endless supply of whatever seeds we want. Basically, once you get a little further and you have a bird cage with a bird in it, you can feed it a seed. Let's say you feed it a pumpkin seed, or you feed it an artichoke seed, or whatever seed you have on hand. Whatever your seed is, you feed it the seed, and it will poop out multiples of that seed, so you can actually use the birds as kind of a seed multiplication device. And that is actually super useful, because certain foods are better than others. Certain foods are much better at kind of sating your hunger than some of the more mediocre ones. Like the berries and the carrots and things that I'm eating right now are they're not that great. We're just using them as kind of travel food while we get everything put together. I am gonna, now that it's dusk, start heading back. How's our wood supply looking? Our wood supply is fine. I've got that monster meat. I should probably just sacrifice that to the research gods. I don't know if there's a ton of uses for cooked monster meat. There are a few that I can think of. I'll go over those in future episodes. We're going to have a lot more gameplay elements to talk about once we start moving pigs around. But at this point, I'm just going to try and get as much legwork done back to where we started as before. And it looks like it's about to go dark on me, so let's build a campfire here. And we will throw... Well, we don't have enough grass to really sacrifice it there. What we'll do is we'll add fuel here. There we are. Burn, burn faster indeed. So now we're hanging out next to our fire. This has been the end of our second day. We are going into day 7 now. My name is Splattercat. Thank you so much for joining me in this LP, and I will see you guys all next time.